Alright guys, there's been some changes. We had to change a couple things we were doing with the camper. So we got the floor in and we got some painting done. We're getting ready to do some patching. I'm going to go ahead and hand you over to John and he can show you guys exactly what it is that we changed.
Alright guys, so the last you saw was that green and it was pretty horrible and it was matte and like chalkboard paint. So we decided to get some primer and go with a different color. Let's take a look. So, as you see, we have primed away all of that 1990s wood panel linoleum. Alright guys, so this is just the primer, and the reason it's not white is because we picked this really pretty golden yellow color.
I think it's more of a mustard. Wiener Schnitzel.
So as you said, it's more of a mustard because it's more manly. I think it's a golden sunshine yellow color. And the reason she said is because the yellow in that paint is so thin that it doesn't even show up on white. And they had to tint the primer to get that yellow to pop. But she's all primed and we're ready to move on to the next part.
Let me take you over here and show you the paint that we picked out. So this here is the paint that we're going to use. It is, we decided to go with an exterior paint. I know that's pretty close, isn't it? We decided to go with an exterior paint for durability, as well as semi-gloss, because it just has more durability, you know, especially considering in a camper it's going to be getting kicked around and boots and stuff and subject to crazy temperatures, because we live here in Missouri where it can literally be 90 one day and then like 23 the next, and we've had, you know, 100 degree temperature swings before, so I'm not exaggerating. It can happen like that. The one thing we noticed that was kind of interesting, the primer is the same color as the painting of the house. Crazy! So we got that color, and then John went and bought this stuff. And these are iron-on fabric patches. I used some mildew. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Some mildew stain remover. And we got this little bitty iron to put the patches on. Prior to that though, I took some mildew stain remover because there was some pretty bad water damage right up in here, and you can still kind of see some of it. The canvas is not rotted, but I wanted to get a lot of that as much of that mildew out as I could. And then over here, there's a couple of little pinholes where the canvas is kind of right at that mildew. I mean, overall, for being 30 years old, the canvas is in pretty good shape. Is it perfect? No, but the body of the camper is in pretty good shape. And I looked online at Jayco, and if we want to get new canvas, it's going to be about $1,000 for the canvas. So, you know, $1,000 for the trailer and $1,000 for the new canvas. Whenever we get around to it, when this one's totally chewed, after this is fixed up, we might decide to do that, or we might sell it as is. We might get the fabric and then sell it for $2,500. I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind. We'll see how many years we can get out of this. I do like the idea that it is so old and vintage, and that we're fixing it up. I know someday I would like to rehab and fix up an old Apache tent trailer. I just think those are super cool. But this is a great place to start. So we're gonna paint next, patch the hole, and go from there.